going on between President Trump and Israel. You know that Israel is not only about Prime Minister Netanyahu. Israel is the President Herzog and all these guys in Israel. They are not all Netanyahu. It is Israel is not about Netanyahu. President Trump, he likes Netanyahu a lot, and they have some kind of a relation. But President Trump, he went harsh and criticized Israeli President Herzog, and this we're gonna read about this one. I have also Spaceship of King Anu, some pictures, and I'll show you. You have 2 weeks. I didn't show you Spaceship of King Anu. But let's start what's going on between President Trump and the Israeli President Herzog. It's not looking good at all. So let's start reading. So Israeli President seek clarification from Netanyahu over Trump pardon broadside reports. This is today, 15 February. So let's read this one. What's going on between President Trump and President Isaac Herzog? Israeli President Isaac Herzog is seeking clarification from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over whether he incited US President Donald Trump to issue an insult and controversy over a pardon request. Local media said Sunday today. On Thursday, Trump said that the Israeli president hit her to refusal to pardon Netanyahu of his corruption charges is shameful. A day after US President met with Netanyahu at the White House, Herzog is seeking a clarification from Netanyahu following sharp criticism directed at him by US President Trump. The Daily Ehud Ahranot said. The Israeli president wants to know whether Netanyahu was behind the remarks, which officials described as a serious affront to Israel's sovereign institution. It added, if it emerges that Netanyahu encouraged Trump to make such comments, it would constitute a red line. Red line, paper said, citing sources close to Herzog. So here is the remarks. Thursday, I believe, Trump said Israeli president should be ashamed over Netanyahu pardon. Herzog response, Israel operates by the law. So according to sources, Herzog received dozens of inquiries over the weekend from within the U.S., Israel, making necessary to demand clarification from Netanyahu. So this is the problem here. President Trump, he went and criticized Israeli president. This is not accepted in the Israeli society, of course not. Regardless how important President Trump is for the state of Israel, and regardless how much President Trump has done for the Israelis and the Israeli state and the Abrahamic records and moving the embassy to Jerusalem and considering Golan Heights, the Syrian Golan Heights as part of Israel, all this stuff, even like this will interfere with Syria, removing Assad, putting like a pro-Israeli government in Damascus. All this stuff is nothing when you step like red line. This is red line. You know what's red line? You talk about red line. It is not me who are saying that. You see here, it's talking about red line. So did President Trump cross a red line? Yes, he did. Not me saying again. It's not me saying. They are saying. The Israelis are saying that, not me. So let's read here again. Where we read the red line. Red line. Who said that one? Herzog, the Israeli president, or sources close to him. So let's continue reading. This is not good for the relations between Israel and USA. It's not good at all. I made a video. My previous video was called Prime Minister Netanyahu betrays President Trump, and we know, we know that Prime Minister Netanyahu would never betray his president. He would never betray Ishaq Herzog. If Prime Minister Netanyahu must choose between President Trump and President Ishaq Herzog, we know all he's gonna, of course, choose the Israeli president. So why are you interfering in the Israeli politics, President Trump? With all respect, it is, regardless how powerful you are, regardless how much you have done to the state of Israel, you don't have the right to interfere in Israeli politics. So let's continue. According to the source, Herzog received dozens of inquiries. We read this one. There's a difference between criticism and insult. So he must be ashamed. No, he does not. He does not. He does not have to be ashamed. He does not work for you, President Trump. With all respect, you have crossed a red line, President Trump. You don't want anybody to interfere with American business, American politics. Like, if we reverse the situation, if somebody asks you to, like, if, let's see, Jeffrey Epstein was like a prime minister in USA, and you, President Trump, are the president of USA, and let's say Israeli President Herzog asks you to pardon Jeffrey Epstein. Let's say if Jeffrey Epstein is still alive, and he give you like some time, or it does not. It says you need to forgive Jeffrey Epstein, and you do not do that. And then he comes and comments the situation, and he said to you, President Trump, you should be ashamed of yourself for not forgiving Epstein. How would you react? How would be Rubio react and all the ministers? What would they say? You say you have nothing to do, Israeli president, with the American business. It is up to President Trump to pardon Jeffrey Epstein or not. It's not your business. You have President Trump has stepped on a red line. This is very sensitive. With all respect, President Trump. Like I said, my previous video, Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, he has betrayed you. I'm gonna betray you one more time. Wait and see. So let's continue reading. It is in New York Times as well. It's everywhere now. It will explode over the news. This thingy have never happened between USA and Israel. Never happened. So let's go on. So last November, Trump sent a letter to Herzog asking him for pardon Netanyahu, who is on trial in corruption cases. Netanyahu submitted a pardon request on November 30 last year, seeking relief from the corruption charges without admitting wrongdoing or withdrawing from public life. Since his trial, Netanyahu has denied all accusation beyond the domestic Netanyahu. So there's a difference between criticism and insult, and what we heard from Trump was an insult, of course, sensitive. Somebody is feeling insulted, and this is talking about Israeli President Isaac Herzog, and this is clearly stirred him up. The official told Yehudit Ahronot. So let's read this in New York Times. The New York Times, you see here, Trump's stinging attack on Israel president touches a nerve. President Trump called President Isaac Herzog of Israel disgraceful because he has not pardoned Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in his corruption trial. So let's read this one. President Trump, this is also today. President Trump public exhortation of Israel president because he has not yet pardoned Prime Minister Netanyahu in his long-running corruption trial has touched a nerve in Israel. Mr. Trump called President Isaac Herzog disgraceful while speaking to reports at the White House on Thursday. The people of Israel should really shame him for not letting Mr. Netanyahu off the hook, Mr. Trump said. The blatant intervention into Israeli domestic affairs, together with the insulting one, developed into a rare open spat between allies over the honor of Israeli president, who is largely figurehead. So yeah, you cannot read all this. So yeah, he didn't pardon Netanyahu. He needs some time, or maybe he's not gonna forgive him. What are you gonna do about that, President Trump? Not much you can do about that. It's not up to you. So it's not up to you to decide. He is the president, not you. You are like you want to have greater Israel. It is not you who decide the stuff. Again, you are not Israeli, President Trump. With all respect, you like Israel much. You want to achieve greater Israel. You want to bomb Iran. You want to do this stuff. You are not Israeli, President Trump. You too much. So let's read what's going on in Israel. We have other news, and we're gonna see Spaceship of King Anu. Then we're gonna finish. I really am not taking side in this conflict, but of course we need to point out who did what. President Trump, he is interfering in Israeli politics. This is not accepted whatsoever. So 22 arrested in Bani Barak Roit. Female IDF soldiers say they have hid in temples. So Israeli soldiers are hiding. They've been attacked. So here we have some pictures. See, Prime Minister Netanyahu is attacking religious Jews. It happened before 2 times. We had also the deadly clashes. Was a bus hitting one protester was hit by a bus a couple of months ago, was killed during protest, was 2 or maybe 1 or 2, I really don't remember. So it's happening again now and every now and then, but this is because Prime Minister Netanyahu, he want to take these guys to the military, to the army. And Prime Minister Netanyahu, these guys, they don't want to fight. They want to pray. They want to pray to Jehovah, to Yahweh, you know. And Netanyahu is no time for prayer. It is time for war. We need to have you these guys war, so nobody will be praying. Everybody will be fighting. And this is why they have these clashes. Let's read. Unrest erupted after, let's see here, a false report they were serving. So 21 arrested in Bani Barak Roit, female ID soldiers, they have hid in dumpsters. Unrest erupted after false reports they were serving draft notices. Police rescued the soldiers as Reuters overturned a patrol car and torched a motorcycle, while commanders cited lack of coordination with the army. 2 female IDF soldiers rescued by police from violent unrest in the ultra-Orthodox city of Bani Barak said they have asked their commanders not to enter the area, but were instructed to proceed. We hid dumpsters. We hid inside dumpster. One of the soldiers said, I was crying. I wasn't carrying a weapon, and that's fortunate because any case would have been able to use it against them. So maybe we're gonna check a little bit. We have videos, I guess. So we're gonna check a little bit what's going on. So President Trump, Netanyahu, and unrest in Israel or clashes. Um, very terrible situation was going on in Israel. Also, we have Iran. So this is ongoing. We have life here. Ongoing unrest in ultra-Orthodox city of Bani Barak after two Israeli soldiers attacked. You see here, this is fireworks. The police, the Israeli police are throwing fireworks at the protesters. The protesters are Jews, just like the police, but these are religious Jews. They are ultra-Orthodox Jews. I don't know if the ongoing arrest in Orthodox city of Bani Barak. I don't know if this situation is not good because these guys want to pray, and Prime Minister Netanyahu, he wants to have a war non-stop, and uh, when the war is ongoing all the time, the soldiers they may be injured, uh, may be killed, and when this happens, they need new soldiers, new blood. And these guys, they say you need to go to the military, and these guys they say no, we must pray because Israel is a religious state. And Prime Minister, he does not care. He said, no, it is war. We will be fighting until we achieve greater Israel because we have now President Trump and he will help us. So everybody need to go to war. But of course, these guys, they want to pray to Jehovah, Yahweh, and Adonai, But I don't believe President Trump, he can understand the situation because some people they are like they need to pray, But of course, you don't have such situation in America, of course. But the Israeli army they need to have to relax also and take a break and wait until President Trump he decide to go after Iran and stuff like that because he is hesitating. President Trump is hesitating, and Prime Minister Netanyahu, let me say it like it is, uh, they does they don't trust him in Israel. He could have done the job last summer. He did not remove the regime in Iran. Now he is negotiating. Like I said in my previous video, also Russia is negotiating with Iran on the behalf of Israel. So Russia is negotiating with Iran. America is negotiating with Iran on the behalf of Israel. The problem is the Iranians, they trust the Russians more than they trust the Americans. So the American Iranian negotiations will not lead to anything but waste time. All right? The threats to bomb and stuff, Iran said we might allow American companies to invest in Iran. But this is not what Israel wants. This is not what President Trump wants. President Trump wants to remove the nuclear. And he thought he did remove the nuclear threats. Last year, he did not, apparently. Because if he removed the nuclear threats, he would not talk about nuclear threats anymore. So Iran still has the nuclear capabilities. So it was a failed attack, like I claimed in my previous video. It was a failed attack. He did not remove the regime in Iran. He did not remove the nuclear capabilities of Iran. And he did not take out the missile program that threatens Israel, that was shown to be very effective. Iran still have it. And they want to cut the support to the Houthi rebels in Iran, in Yemen, and in Hezbollah in Lebanon. And Iran said, we will never do that. And then President Trump, he said, you will not going to stop the protests in the streets of Iran. And Iran will never go, will never accept that. Of course not. because like these conditions are impossible to achieve without uh, force, without military attack. And you had already did the military attack, but you backed down, President Trump. That's why I say, cut this out. Negotiation between Russia and Iran may lead to peace, but now you are working on your own. If you want to have peace between you and Iran, to invest in oil, in gas, in Iran, go ahead. But to claim Israel has anything to do with this negotiation, I'm saying to you, President Trump, Israel has already declared we do not have anything to do with your negotiation with Iran. We don't have anything to do if you attack Iran. It is you are on your own now, of course, President Trump. And I'm saying you cannot cooperate in the Middle East without Israel blessing, without the blessing of Jehovah Yahweh. You know that, President Trump. Even your politics supervisors, they know USA cannot survive 1 second in the Middle East without Israel blessings. You have been saying this all the time, not me. So if you want to attack Iran, if you're going to negotiate with Iran, you better have a good relation with the state of Israel. Otherwise, you will be kicked out from the Middle East. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Who is your friend in the whole Middle East? You have ISIS in Damascus, ISIS government in Syria. These are your only friends. These are your friends, President Trump. The Gulf states, the countries, they prefer Russia. How do I know that? Because you have not taken out the threat of Iran. You know, Iran, if they bomb if they shoot one missile, Saudi Arabia will not be able to drink water. And the pollution in the Persian Gulf will be so much you cannot, one missile. So this is very serious situation, and the oil will hit the sky. So President Trump, I'm not giving you like advices, but you need to have the blessing of the state of Israel if you want to attack Iran, or if you want to negotiate with Iran, you better have Israel on your side. So this is enough with this one. So we have a spaceship of King Anu since the 1st of February. I'm gonna finish. So why I do talk like that as if I am a supervisor or like, because I really do care. I really do care about Israel. I'm involved with this religious. My channel is about religion, and I talk about Jesus Christ. Israel also is about Mashiach. President Trump, I don't know his relation to Christianity or Judaism or anything like, but he's talked about the. He's like maybe I'm not really sure about. He was saying he was like king of the Jews or something like that. I'm really not sure, but of course everybody is who deal with politics must deal with religions as well. For this is interaction between politics and religion, and me myself, my channel is about religion, you know, about Jesus Christ and his father. So I need to talk politics, otherwise I hate politics. And I really want to everybody to believe in Jesus Christ Father. And now I will be showing his spaceship, Father of Jesus Christ. Also, this is mentioned in the Holy Bible as Uranus. So Uranus, Father of Jesus Christ, might be called Jehovah, Yahweh, Allah, might called be Ahura Mazda, Dingir in Turkey. In Turkey, they worship Dingir Tengeri. Tengari in Asia. They worship Tengari. So this is 31st January. I really don't remember if I showed you these pictures. So enough politics. So let's watch the pictures here. So this is, let's start wiping out. This is the first, 31st January. So please, we don't really, listen here. I don't like wars. I don't like wars, more wars in the Middle East, the Holy Land. We don't want to see stuff falling down on Israel. We don't like that because Israel is a holy land, and we don't want to have more bloodshedding in the Middle East. And 1 year being President Trump is still ongoing in Ukraine. We were supposed to be going to planet Mars. We're still stuck here on Earth. If I have if I have like opportunity to go, I will go leave Earth, not tomorrow, but today, because situation here on Earth is very bad, President Trump. It's very bad. So you need to, like, we don't need more wars. We want to watch the sky. Something will be coming in the sky very soon. And I'm watching Spaceship of King Anu. I don't want to go to the bunkers. And I want everybody to be watching what I'm watching because this is very important. And we want peace on earth. We don't want more problems. We don't want wars. We don't want all this stuff. So let's begin here. So hopefully it settled down between Israeli President Ishaq Herzog and President Trump. Because yeah, so this is 31st of January this year. This Spaceship of King Anu, the Most High, creator of all. And here we go on. We see this one. I showed you these pictures. So all these pictures you have seen. So we're gonna run this quick. So 27 minutes. This is 1st of February. You see Spaceship of King Anu, the Most High here. I made it large for you. You can see it here. We can take a picture when it is like very, very nice without any, we see more details. This is in the sky at night. We really don't know what it is. This is Spaceship of King Anu. So I'm gonna make 1 week only, then I'm gonna finish something here up in the sky. Maybe it is the moon, maybe, I really don't know. Yeah, this is the moon, but we have structure here near. So maybe we'll take this picture in case we need to put it on the thumbnail. So we move on here. So it's the moon is descending. We see stuff around the moon. It is clouds maybe, but this is very like straight lines and stuff like that. So Spaceship of King Anu, also very nice picture. We're gonna take this one, very nice. And here another one, very nice picture as well. So we want peace on earth. It's been a war in the Middle East for a long, long time. We need to have peace in the Middle East and in Ukraine, in Russia, and all these areas. So let's work out this stuff with the Prime Minister Netanyahu and Israeli President Ishaq Herzog and American President Donald Trump. So we can work out also a situation where we can, everybody, even Iran, we can have peace in the area. It would be good for everybody because we are watching the sky. We don't want to miss out what is in the sky. Spaceship of King Anu, the Most High, creator of all. So with all respect, President Trump, situation cannot handle more escalation. This is what I'm saying. Very nice, this planet. We don't really know if this is planet X or what it is because we need to have the cloud test and even the moon test. So we go on. Here we have it also, Spaceship of God Most High, Anu. Uranus mentioned in the Holy Bible. Other names for Anu is Ahura Mazda, Varuna, Vishnu, Atumra. We know that spaceship. We know that King Anu is the father of Enlil. Enlil is the god of the Semitic people. Enlil is called maybe Yahweh, Jehovah, and Enlil is El, who has his name in the word Israel. So also Allah from Enlil. We know that Enki, his brother, was represented by the serpent, and the eagle is his brother Enlil. And when God created everything, Enlil he said to his brother Enki, who like he it was him who did this creation of humans on earth. Of course, it was him who came with the idea and started this experiment, combining the Anunnaki DNA with the human DNA, with the Homo erectus DNA, with his own DNA to create a race to work in the mines. And this was not good according to his brother Enlil, who said to him, "You want to spill blood on earth?" And they have taken it to the Holy Quran and even maybe the Bible. I don't really know, but they said that the angels said to God, "You want to spill God on earth? That's why you put humans on earth." It was not like that. Actually, it was Enlil who was very upset with the brother for using the Anunnaki royal DNA in creating humans. It's not allowed. Only Biru. So this is why. So we have here 2nd of February, sorry, spaceship of King Anu here. We make it big. So that's why Enlil he hated the mixing up Anunnaki royal bloodline with Homo erectus and to create humans. And he thought humans will never be like peaceful, and they will spread havoc on earth. But Enki, he said, we have given them knowledge, but the, we have given them the tree of good and knowledge to eat from, but we have not given them the tree of life. They will not live forever. So this is why Jesus Christ, he promised us to we can live forever if we believe in his father Uranus. And this is a spaceship, Anu Uranus. We can live forever if we believe in Jesus Christ and his father Uranus, also known as the monad, and most probably the the like I said, the eagle. Also in USA, they believe there are some kind of like they represent themselves with the eagle. The eagle is Enlil. He sits on the right side of God Anu, and on the left side sits Enki Adonai. Like I said, he got whole of Africa, and Enlil he got so-called Israel. So everybody in Israel, Greater Israel, that President Trump is trying to create, he must be worshiping Enlil, because Enlil is the son of Anu, and also Enki is son of Anu, but Enlil uh, is was firstborn. Enki was born from the Orion queen. Orion queen, you know, these guys, they say, oh, dragon, reptilian, this stuff. And King An on Sirius was married to this queen to settle down a conflict that was ongoing in the cosmos. So, it is not only bloodline, but Enlil, he was to inherit this area between Egypt and Iraq. That's called Greater Israel or the Promised Land, because this area belongs to the gods. And this is why it's called the Holy Land, because the area in Egypt, in Sinai Half Peninsula, had the airport, spaceport that with spaceships to planet Nibiru. And this and Marduk son of Enki Adonai, he want to occupy this area so he can threaten Nibiru because he wanted to be king on Nibiru. But Alalu, we know Alalu, he was he was married to Enki's daughter. So Alalu and Enki's daughter also have something to do with. Uh, sorry, Marduk was married with Enki's. Marduk was married with Alalu's daughter. Alalu is the one who was ruling on planet Nibiru before King Anu, who exiled Alalu, because Alalu, he never accepted the defeat because King Anu defeated Alalu in 2 wrestling matches, and then Alalu, he attacked King Anu and injured him, and he was exiled and he was dead, buried on planet Mars. That's why we know that Marduk is still on Earth, and the Sodom and Gomorrah was a nuke by Enlil to chase out Marduk out of Egypt, so he cannot occupy the airport, the spaceport in Sinai, Half Peninsula, because otherwise he will affect the shipment of the UFO ships to Planet X Nibiru, because this is the shipment was transferring gold to repair the atmosphere on planet Nibiru that was damaged by Nibiru, sorry, coming near the sun and the radiation. So they spread the gold articles in the air atmosphere and they have repaired. And next journey will happen. This happened 1500 BCE when Moses was living and the Exodus. This is the water went down and he could cross the Red Sea, and because he knew a tsunami was coming. And then when the Egyptians, they followed after the tsunami came, and he knew about Nibiru, of course. And this is why every prophet, every saint, they know about Nibiru. It is called the morning star, the New Jerusalem. And 3,600 years from 1,500 BCE to now, it will be coming in the coming years. We don't really know exactly which year, but it will be coming. Spaceship of King Anu, so we are talking about other stuff. So from one subject to other subject. So Adonai, Enki, he got the whole of Africa. His sister got Inanna, daughter of Anu, got the whole Indus Valley. And Marduk, son of Enki Adonai, he got nothing. He got nothing. So he was upset and he married a human. That's why, but Marduk was born on planet Nibiru. So Marduk was upset. And Marduk, Mordechai, was the god of Kirush, the Persian king, that Israelis put the coin with the face of President Trump and the face of Kirush, the Persian king, who worshipped Marduk, and also Nebuchadnezzar, the Iraqi, the Babylonian king, who took the Jews to Iraq. He was also worshipper of Marduk. Marduk Mordechai is like they have Marduk kibbutz in Gaza. It is a lot of people in Israel are called Marduk, followers of Marduk. Marduk Mordechai is a Jewish name, a lot of Jews, because Jews were worshiping Enlil before they were taken as hostages to Babylonia on the river of Babylon. So, so they worshiping the real God Enlil, El, and then when they were taken as captives to Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, they changed the worship from Enlil to his brother's son, Marduk Mordechai. And this is why we have the conflict between Marduk and Enlil, and it ended up with the nuke called Sodom and Gomorrah. Has nothing to do with homosexuality whatsoever. So let's continue the spaceship most high Anu. You see how it's doing? This is very nice picture. Also, we have this picture here. So Enuk, Ba, Enlil devastated the Sumerian civilization, but Marduk survived the nuke, and he is still on Earth, and he is like called Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah sometimes, or like he is king of Earth. So let's see here the spaceship of Keanu. Let's see how it's doing. Of course, we know that this is spaceship of Anu, and Anu is actually Marduk's grandfather, because Enki is son of Anu. But Enki, he wanted the Middle East. He wanted, like President Trump, he was obsessed with the Greater Israel project. Also, Enki wanted, but he did not get that one because of the bloodline. Like his mother was from Orion and stuff like that. Some say it was like a dragon and stuff like that. But of course, we know also we have pictures. I'm gonna show you a picture maybe if I'm gonna find it at the same time. We know how like Enki, he had a darker skin. We know also Marduk has a darker skin, and Lil has a lighter skin. We don't do this skin color stuff because it's not about the skin whatsoever. God just judge according to the heart. But we have picture from the Sumerian, so you will not accuse me of saying stuff that I cannot prove. So we're gonna see if we're gonna find the pictures. We're gonna see spaceship of King Anu while I'm searching with a picture, specific picture I want to show you. And like I said, Enki is the serpent and Enlil is the eagle. We know that USA is the eagle. And this stuff, we have the eagle on the. Here we have some pictures. You see here, this is Anu here up, and even here, this is Anu. This is tree of life or tree of good and evil. Anu, Mesopotamian god and sky father. Okay, so he's up and he's on earth. This is Anu. This is the sign of planet X Nibiru. This is the spaceship of King Anu. Of course, here you see it. And here are the planets. So we continue here. I need to show you this stuff also. Let's see here. We're gonna look here and we're gonna look here at the same time. So I want to show you Enki. So this, you see here Enki. This is Enki. You see here dark skin, look, sitting on his chair on his throne. People are bringing presents to him, and this is Enlil. Also, Enlil sitting on a throne, lighter skin. So yeah. So spaceship of Keanu here, almost for 3 minutes. 2nd of February. And here it comes. We may show you here it is. So this stuff is very important for Israel, for President Trump, for every leader, every politician, everyone who's dealing with religious issues. And they need to know the history, what happened, what will happen, and the relation Jesus Christ to Anu, Uranus, spaceship, his spaceship in sky. Why it is in our skies? It is because God Anu is God of the sky. He's king of the sky and king of all, actually. But we have this Marduk. He is insisting, does not want to leave us alone. So three of February, and most people they worship Marduk, call him Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, and he hates the woman. He hates Inanna. Inanna wanted to kill him, but King Anu he saved him. He does not want his children to be fighting on planet Earth. This is the spaceship of King Anu. She want to kill him because he killed her husband, the Muzid. Like she said, the Muzid, he gave his name to the capital city of Syria, Damascus. The Muzid is the shepherd, like just like Jesus Christ. He went to hell. He went to hell. He's coming back every July. Tammuz is the representation of when the sun is giving maximum light, and when is no maximum light, he's going to the to to hell. He went to hell in the first place because he wanted to save his wife. Also, she went to hell, and he saved her, Inanna. But he went to hell because he was accused of raping Marduk's sister. It was actually Mordechai who sent his sister to trick him to sleep with her and then accuse him of rape. And this happened because Marduk, it was the same guy who killed Tiamat, like we told you before. Spaceship of Tiamat. Take this picture. So this is another one. So we jumped a little bit. We've been watching here. We've been here. Yeah, I don't really remember I was talking. So what happens while I'm talking at the same time. Anyways, we can both go back. We're gonna go back here. This is 2nd of February. So I was talking all the time. This is what happened. I've been talking and trying. Yeah, we saw all this one. Oh, I remember. We saw all this one. And Gina's very nice picture. So everybody wants the Middle East. Everyone wants the Promised Land. Everybody wants to have Greater Syria, the Fertile Crescent, the Greater Israel area, because it's connected to the gods. And of course, I explained why, because also the city of Baalbek in Lebanon was the um, airport, spaceport, sorry. And in Egypt, of course. The pyramids. One of the pyramids called Anu in Giza, Anu Pyramid. So if you look at the pyramids from above, you see the 8-pointed star. The 8-pointed star, we just saw it here. Let's see if we have it again. The 8-point star if you look at the pyramids from the above. But I want to show you other stuff. So we continue this 3rd of February this month. This is picture amazing. I'm not gonna take other print screens. I have a lot of pictures before I've taken. When I take print screen, usually something happens. Maybe I'll be disconnected. So of course, I don't want that to happen. So this is in the sky. Spaceship looking on, of course. So not everybody has this knowledge about this stuff. And this is, you can check with the archive, of course. This is 5 of January. You see Spaceship of God, Anu the Most High, or Anu's Father, Jesus Christ. Here it is, people. Like I said, I don't want to take more screen images. I will do a video. I will film videos and stuff because we see a lot of action. Like I do like that, it will not be much, and I want to show you more by showing you what's happening. but of course, so we're gonna read here a little bit. During the first Jewish revolt, 60, 70 AD, Judea with an A was the name of the Roman province where the rebellion occurred, encompassing area like Jerusalem, while Judea, you see here, you add A here, and here you add without an A. So they're two different distinct areas, and this is Judea. This is historical kingdom. So we say, oh, the tribe of Judah. You say, often use it intellectually in general context, but Judea is specific Roman. So one is uh, Roman province, and one is the historical kingdom of tribe of Judah or David. We talked about Dawoodiya. It is also Judah tribe. This is Judea, also Dawoodiya. Dawoodiya is the kingdom of David. So revolt because, like I said, Romans they worship Zeus. Zeus is Yahweh. Zeus is Marduk. You know that Jupiter is Zeus, and Jupiter is Yahweh. Yahweh is Yahweh. Yahweh is Zeus. Zeus is son of Cronus. Cronus is son of Uranus. Just like Marduk is son of Adonai, Enki, and Enki is son of Anu. So they said to the Jews, you need to have a temple for Zeus, for Yahweh in Jerusalem. And the Jews said, no, they revolted. The revolt was a major uprising. This happened also before Jesus Christ. He needed to come back to help the Jews not to worship Zeus, not to worship Jupiter, but to worship his grandfather, Uranus, Anu. This is why the story, people. This is the revolt against the Roman rule, destruction of Second Temple. So this is also in India. We're talking about Yahudiya. We're talking about Dawoodiya. We talked about Yaudahiyas. Also from India, we have this in ancient India and Punjab and Rajasthan. These empires, you see here, we have the Yahudiyas, like Yahud, like Dawood. You know, Dawood is the name of David in Semitic language. We say David, and we say Dawood in Semitic language. So Dawood, very near. So Yahudiya, this is India, talking about India, and the Kuru kingdom. We were talking about the Kurush or Sirush. Sirush, the President Trump, he has the coin with this Persian prince who liberated the Jews. Actually, he imposed the worship of Zeus on them. He was a worshiper of Marduk, the enemy of God, like in the Holy Bible and the Old Torah, in the what's called in the Torah, in the Holy Torah, God he's saying to Enlil, to Marduk, I will punish Marduk, God of Babylon. So Sirush or Kurush or Kuru, let's say Kuru, he was his name. He was living around 400 BC, and this guy also Kuru kingdom. So I wonder if it has anything to do with Kirush, the one on the coin with the President Trump face next to him, and they are trying to indicate that President Trump is worshiping Marduk. We don't really know that. This is somebody who did a great mistake by putting President Trump face together with the Persian king who supposedly have imposed worship of the devil on the Jews. Unfortunately, the Yahudiyas eventually confessed the Kurus. You see Kurus and Kurush. Now I remember the Persian king Kurush or Sirush. So we go back here to Spaceship of Keanu. We have some pictures. Uh, this is 6th of February. I'm gonna save the rest. I want to show you also what was here. You see Spaceship of Keanu here and here. Let's read here the Kurus. Actually, I believe the Persian king, the same guy here, Kurus, including their former capitals, the Kuru kingdom. I believe the Persian king has something to do with the Kuru because same name, same name, and Kirush. So Kirush, he lived 600 between 530 BCE, and this guy, the Kuru kingdom, 525 BCE. So you see, and Iran is very near. Persia is very near. This is India. This is Iran here. So they're very near. So maybe the Kirush, the great Kirush, who imposed the worship of the devil on the Jews, actually has something to do with the Kuru kingdom in India. That's what I'm saying, people. So, and the word Yahudiya, Yahudiyas also can be spelled Yahudiya, like Judea. That's why I was showing Judea here. Judea and Judea of kingdom of David, and Jesus Christ say, I am the morning star, I am Nibiru, the morning star from kingdom of David, from the area, not from the bloodline. So nothing against blacks, nothing against whites or yellow or red. It's not about the skin color. It is about the heart. This is how God judges, according to the heart. And you see here, it's looking much like the Hebrew. This is the Mauryan Empire in Yahudhiya. Looking like Hebrew. This is Sanskrit. This is older than Hebrew. Sanskrit language. Very, very old. And also we have so-called, you see, Sanskrit, 1400 BCE. Hebrew, 1000 BCE. So this is much older. Jesus Christ, he talked Aramaic, and Arabic, 8th century. Sanskrit, also Tamil is very old. Tamil, and all these languages are related. Even the Irish, Gaelic, related. This is the evolution of the languages in the ancient world. So here we have it. So also we have Shatkuna. Shatkuna is the the star on the Israeli flag. This is from India. Let's read a symbol used in Hindu yantra, a six-pointed star made from interlocking triangles. Shiva. So a lot of Jewish stuff from India actually. So we have also Judea in India, refers to the ancient biblical name for India, Hudu. We talked about the prophet Hud in the Holy Quran, and the Yahud, and the Yahud is the fertility god in Ugarit, the god of water. So Yahud, also Hud, the prophet Hud, he was like intermixed with the fertility. So Yahud, and this Yahud is the Semitic word for the Jews. And let's read here, like refers to ancient biblical name for India, Hudu, used in Easter, but more commonly points to India historic peaceful Jewish communities. Bani Israel, Baghdadis, Baghdadis, talk about the Baghdadis, ISIS leader al-Baghdadi, and stuff like that. So traced to Judean origin. So here you have it. This is a very nice picture here. You can take this one. Sanskrit. So uh, let's read here. Sanskrit isn't as old as Tamil, as the root word yud means war yudi or yudhi was a warrior in early India and means Jews. In the Rig Veda, Panis were seen as demons. Ancient times had what most they would call barbaric practices. However, Pani means water, so they have also the word Yudi, like Judy, like Yudi. In Swedish, we say Yudi means Jewish, or Yudi or Yuda. Jude is Jewish in Swedish language, and also in Sanskrit in India, Yudi means Jews, like you see here. Yudi, the root to Yud means war. Yudi was a warrior in early India and means Jews. I don't really know if this is correct. Anyways, I'm reading just. Uh, anyways, this is also here Spaceship of King Anu the Most High, and here it is. And this is 7th of February, and it is 1 hour now. This is 7th of February. So we leave it here. So I'm gonna show the rest of pictures later on. Uh, Spaceship of King Anu. This is a nice one. I'm gonna take this one and we're gonna finish. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Please like and share. Mess up situation between Israeli President Herzog and American President Donald Trump. Let's hope also peace will prevail in the Middle East and the whole world. Blessings.